Asai Williams.
After all the backlash, you would think that Billy Carson would learn his lesson by now, but it seems like he's doubling down on the nonsense that got him in his position in the first place. So let's react to his interview with Dr. Amen and see what his entire recollection of the debate between him and Wes Huff was. Let's dive in.
It was like all viral, it was everywhere. And so then I got really upset and I made that video, and my whole team was counting on me to make a good response video. My wife and my kid were counting on me to make a good response video, and I failed. I didn't make a good video.
Did they see it before it went out?
It was live.
Oh.
It was live. Yeah. So, in hindsight, I would have done a pre-recorded and had it looked at, but I went live on YouTube and, and I was pretty upset.
When you're just coming out of being sick.
Yeah.
Not thinking at your best and highly charged, generally your brain's not going to make the best forward-thinking decision.
Yeah.
Because you're in a fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
And you're in a fight mode because you feel betrayed.
Yeah, I was really feeling attacked. So, we took the video down, but by then obviously everybody already copied it and made clips out of it and edited it in ways that made it look even worse than what it really was, to make it sound like I was being more general to the world, not just to the people that had attacked me. And the fact that the people that were using this content and putting it out really had skewed a lot of the truth and made some statements I don't personally feel were accurate. And so, I'm trying to find, what is, first of all, I know that one way to handle this would have been just to wait and take some time. But when you're triggered that deep and that hard, and you're feeling that attacked to where you now have to be hired another full-time bodyguard, another armed guard for protection, and pressure on, every time your kid now leaves the house, you got to wonder, is he going to be okay?
So, of course, no one wants Billy Carson to feel as if he's being attacked, as if, he needs to hire bodyguards, because the whole entire backlash what happened with the situation, with him and Wes Huff, now people are sending him death threats there. He's getting hate mail. People are threatening him. No one wanted that to happen. But I'll say this. When you go around telling lies for the past 10 years or however long he's been doing this, and you get exposed, the backlash will be what it is right now. Because you'll get a bunch of crazy people who just want to go crazy on you. But I completely disagree with anyone being hateful, and I highly doubt that these people are Christians who are doing that. They're just regular, insane people of the internet.
They're going to do something. They were talking about trying to come to our house and try to get to our gate, but one of the guys, the main guy, lives in the gate, so he can let anyone in the gate if they call him first. So we had to go file reports and police reports, and we had to contact the FBI. And then some people showed up at our office, which is a public address, obviously, but what if I was there,
Did they show up threatening?
They didn't leave any threats, but they did show up, yeah.
Yeah, I've had 3 death threats.
Oh, yeah.
I have experience with the FBI.
Yeah, it's real.
The Newport Beach Police Department. And it's no fun.
No, it's not fun.
It's not fun.
And I'm trying to find what in my past could be linked to this trauma that not only, of course, responding to it, getting frustrated with the situation, but I feel maybe it's even deeper than that.
What else should I know?
Well, it's putting a lot of pressure on my relationship. I know Elizabeth is, she's a tiger and she's, a dragon too. So, but at the same time, it's a lot, it wears on her as well. It's a lot of pressure trying to navigate this situation and the pressure and all the negative comments. We have people working the comments, but you're still going to see some of them. And a lot of the negativity and that about the company and everything else. So, and she's the director of operations, so that puts a lot of pressure on her shoulders.
Has it impacted your business?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. So tell me now, when you think about that situation, what are you thinking and what are you feeling?
Right now?
Now, what he's about to say is crucial. Now, for a person who has learned the lesson from what had happened, that person would say, I went around saying untruthful things for years. And then someone who knew exactly what he was talking about corrected me. And it exposed me as knowing absolutely nothing that I was talking about. And that should be a humbling experience to want to go on and learn the actual truth. This is what I'm expecting to hear from Billy Carson, is a humbling and a learning and a moving forward to something better, to telling the truth. Let's see what he's going to say.
I thought I was getting to the point where I was feeling a little bit more clear because it's starting to really die down. Although some new podcasts had sparked, popped up recently, some big podcasts, and this guy's telling these stories on that are just are not accurate. But so until that happened, I was really just like processing and getting through my body. But now I still feel a little bit more triggered again that other people are entertaining without question, without researching, without looking into anything, this particular side of a story and giving it popularity, which I just don't think is fair, especially when somebody uses your name for in every single thing they do to catapult.
So do me a favor, close your eyes, and just go through the situation in your mind, and just what are you thinking and what are you feeling?
I'm thinking really about the guy that I thought was my friend, why he would. I'm still questioning. I just keep saying why.
So betrayal.
Betrayal. Yeah.
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 And now I want you to go back in time.
So, and I have an issue with him calling it a betrayal. If Billy Carson would have went into that debate, with West Huff, and he would have destroyed West Huff, he would have made West Huff look like a complete idiot. Would he be acting like this? No, he would have no problem with it coming out. The reason why he's upset is because he was exposed as knowing nothing.
To the first time you felt this sense of rage, panic, betrayal, because that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing rage, panic, because it's like a public shaming, with forethought, and betrayal. If you just allow your mind to go on a train and go back in time to the first time you ever had that kind of thought or feeling.
Yeah, that would be going all the way back to Miami with my father. He accused me of stealing something from his room, which was a cookie, sounds crazy.
You were how old?
I was 9. A rotten cookie. It was an old Oreo cookie that was, I guess there were probably 5 or 6 in a small package, and there was one left. It was on his windowsill for probably weeks. The sun was beating on it and everything. It probably got eaten or thrown out in the garbage by somebody. I don't know. But he kept. Then he went through every single one of my siblings and myself, and we tried to tell him like we didn't eat this cookie. But he said, "It's your fault that this cookie is gone." And it sounds so silly now, but he kicked us out of the house for that. So we had to go out in the front yard. And I had to sleep on the floor. And my mother, nobody supported me. Nobody said, "Hey, this is not right. You can't kick kids out in the middle of the night and have them sleeping in the front yard over a cookie." So we slept outside in the street.
So that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking to hear that. And I'm starting to see that maybe Billy's mistreatment in his younger age is what led to his hate of Christianity or wanting to go against Christianity so hard. I don't know, but maybe that has something to do with it.
That's the first time I think I felt really betrayed then, because it's like, how do you kick a kid out of the house with younger brothers and sisters and you guys got to sleep? And we're in the hood. I had to take a pillow and blanket outside, and we slept outside.
What's going on with your dad that he acted like that?
He's gone now, but just drugs, alcohol, very toxic. My mother and father had a very toxic relationship. I don't know why they even stayed together all that time. It didn't make any sense to me, really. But it was a bad situation, I mean, the thing that made me want to move out when I was 16 was he put a gun in my head, because he wanted more money for rent. And I told him I already paid you the money that I agreed to pay for rent, and he spent it probably on drugs or alcohol. And so he pulled a gun out, put it to my head, and that's when I moved out.
Wow. It's got to be a lot of rage at your dad.
Yeah. So, it was tough. It was real tough.
Were you ever close to him?
Only at certain times when he was sober, which was very fleeting. There'd be certain times for some reason, I don't know what it was. He would go a few weeks. He'd come home. Sometimes he'd be gone for months. Then he'd be home for a few weeks, and he'd be okay. He'd be nice and calm, and he wasn't abusive, but he was physically abusive and also mentally abusive. But there'd been some small windows, where for whatever reason he was acting like a normal person. But then that wouldn't last too long.
And did he ever clean up before he died?
No. He died. He went to a concert in Palm. It was like all viral. It was everywhere. And so then I got really upset, and I made that video, and my whole team was counting on me to make a good response video. My wife and my kid were counting on me to make a good response video, and I failed. I didn't make a good video.
Did they see it before it went out?
It was live.
Oh.
It was live. Yeah. So, in hindsight, I would have ring door footage. I ring the doorbell one time and walk away. Get in my car, and you see the headlights come on, and I pull off. So, I mean, just the scenario of events.
So it seems like Billy Carson is really going through a rough time right now. But I want to stress that as Christians in this moment, we shouldn't be attacking Billy Carson, but we should really, really be praying for Billy, that this moment would send Billy down a path to ultimately becoming a Christian ultimately accepting Jesus Christ and changing his life, and maybe seeing the Forbidden Knowledge channel transform into a Christian channel. That would be the ultimate win for everybody. But again, pray for Billy Carson, because he seems like he's going through a rough time and coping with the whole entire thing. And pray that he just humbles himself and says that, you know what, the whole entire situation blew up because of me. All of this happened because I was embarrassed, and that will send him down the right path. But let me know what you think down below. Until next time, God bless.